Today, I'm going to show you guys a chalk couture demonstration. I'm going to make a little welcome board. It's going to go this way, and I'm going to hang it up, hopefully hang it on my front door. I just painted a regular board with some chalk paint, some black chalk paint, and then I waxed it so that when I put the transfer on, it'll come off nice and easily. We have comedy in the background with the cat, with the kitten. So when you buy a chalk couture transfer, it might come like this, or it might be all in one piece. So this is the one that I'm doing tonight. And so I cut it apart. I happen to have two of them. And this is the first time that I've used this. So I'm going to use this fuzzing cloth to kind of take a little bit of the sticky off of the back of the transfer. And after you fuzz it on your cloth a couple of times, then you're going to put it where you want it on your board. And this is, so if you look at the transfer, everywhere you see white, that's where your chalk is going to show up. So it's like a silk screen. And so all the places in the middle are just going to add character to your piece. So I'm, where's my me part? I'm actually going to not use the O on my welcome board. I'm going to put this flower in place of the O. So when I put this on, I'm going to kind of just eyeball it in the middle. I'm going to just leave it there for right now. And then I'm going to come in and just make sure that I have enough space for all of my letters. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. And I want to make sure that I don't have any air bubbles underneath, because if you have air bubbles, your chalk paste might bleed. Okay, so since I'm not doing the O, I'm just going to do it up to the C. And I'm going to use, this is called Greige. And this is actually the first time I've ever used this color. And it's a little dry, so Kelly, will you run in my bedroom or go get me a bottle of water? Actually, the distilled water. So when you use your chalk couture paste, it should be about the consistency of sour cream beside the bed. This is not. So I'm going to add just a teensy bit of water to it. So this is just like chalk that you would write on a chalkboard with, just in paste form. Hopefully I'm not going to add too much. I don't have it in a squirt bottle. I need to get it in a squirt bottle. You're just going to stir it up and mix it up. And you can already see it's getting a lot easier to stir up. And it really does not take a whole lot at all to cover this up. So I'm just going to put a little bit in a couple of places, and then I'm going to use the scraper to spread it out over the transfer. And I can always go back and get more. So when I use my scraper, I just fill in all the places where I want the chalk to go. And then all the excess just goes right back in to use next time. So I'm going to go back and make sure everything is covered up and scrape off all that excess. This is so easy, guys. then I'm just gonna peel it off from the corner. Hi, Casper. So there's my first part, and I'm gonna wash this off with cold water later, but until then I'm gonna stick it back on the plastic that it came on, and I'm gonna go on to my next one. So I'm gonna use my flour, so I need to fuzz this too. So the new Chalk Couture catalog goes live on February 2nd. Lots of spring, I can't get it off now. Spring pieces, Easter pieces. And for my flour, I am going to use my favorite house color, my teal. This is called Couture Teal. I'm just gonna stir this up a little bit as well. Hi, Casper. Hi, Casper wants to help. So we don't want to mix color. You can mix colors, but I don't want to mix colors on this, so I'm going to use a different little squeegee. I'm going to use a smaller one for this one. And I'm going to go back with one of the other pieces. When this chalk is dry, I can go back and I can put another layer on top. So I'm just going to put that in the middle of my flour when this is dry. And if you want to do it right away and you don't want to wait for it to dry on its own, you can use a, wrong color, a hair dryer, or if you have some type of drying tool. Chalk Couture has their own drying tool now. That's a new product. Okay. So I'm just going to put that back onto the plastic and then do the last part. So if you have any questions about how this works or how you can do this, because you see how easy this is. I haven't been doing it that long, but it's so easy. And it's so pretty when it's done. Please let me know if you have questions. And if I don't know the answer, I'll be more than willing to find it out for you. Does it look even? Go back to my grayish. And you see how little you use, so this little jar is going to last a really long time. Hope y'all are enjoying the entertainment in the background. Uh-oh, I messed it up. So I'm going to go back and fix that. All right, so I'm going to give this just a little bit of time to dry. I'm going to go back and fix my flour that I messed up. And then I'll be back for the last little bit. And pause it. All right, so I fixed my flour. And while I was waiting for that to dry, I went ahead and kind of cleaned up a little bit. My squeegees and my stir sticks, I just washed them off with water. When you clean your transfers, you're just going to use cold water. I just used my hand and just kind of scrub the chalk off and just let it dry. Let it dry sticky side up. All right, so I'm going to use this little flower. I'm going to put it right in the middle of my teal flower, and I'm just going to use white, bright white, right in the middle. All right, so that's going to go in the middle, right there. And I want my chalk to be dry so that the transfer does not pull up any more of that chalk, or any of that chalk. All right, this looks good, so let me just stir it quick. So if there's something that you're interested in making, we can make that happen. You can have a workshop, and I can bring my stuff, and you can invite your friends, or you can come to one of my workshops and create. There's so many possibilities. You can add ribbons and beads and whatever else you want to this, to any of your projects. Okay, there's my white flower right in the middle. Okay, easy peasy. All right, let's see what this looks like when I take it off. There we go. Stick it right back on there. And there's my welcome sign. 10 minutes. And that was only because I was talking the whole time. But it's so easy, it's so fast, and it's easy to clean up after. So please let me know if you have any questions, or if you would like to make something like this. What? I can't see them. All right, thanks.